What if I told you there is way more to Lana Del Rey that most people know? We are going to do a deep dive. In this deep dive, we're going to talk about her childhood, how she was brought up, her rise to fame, her love life, her controversies, and where she is right now. Where is Lana Del Rey? Who is Lana Del Rey? If you want to know, let's get straight into the video. Okay, before I even start, just a little heads up. You're gonna see flies flying here and there because I live in Georgia. Okay, one thing about me, I have a habit of leaving my windows open. So you're gonna see flies. To really know who the Queen Lana Del Rey is, we really need to go back to 1985. To be precise, June 21st, 1985, where the Queen, the biggest star of all time, Elizabeth Woolridge Grant, was born. While Elizabeth Woolridge Grant is her real name, we're still gonna go by Lana because I don't want to confuse you. Lana was born in Manhattan, New York. Lana have two younger siblings and their names are Caroline Grant and Charlie Grant. Everybody really thinks that Lana Del Rey came from a lot of money, but that is not true. Because in a video that Lana made herself, she said that her father, England Grant, was a woodworker and a real estate agent. Around the early 2000s, Lana's father started working as a copywriter at Grey Group, which later owned Lana's mother, Caroline Grant, which was a special educator at that time, joined him in the same organization. It was later reported that he started buying domain names online, even though Lana said herself that those domain names never really worth anything until recently. Lana Del Rey said that she grew up watching her parents fight for money. When Lana turned 1 year old, the whole entire family moved to a small town called Lake Placid, New York, where she grew up. A couple years later, Lana Del Rey started going to elementary school at St. Agnes in New York City. Around that time, Lana Del Rey developed a phobia called thanatophobia, which means the fear of death.
I guess the way I would describe it is like when I was young, and I was really aware of my own mortality. Like when I realized that we were all going to die, that kind of overshadowed my existence.
She said she used to watch TV with her parents, and then she would ask them questions like, are we all going to die? And they would answer yes. And that answer only would literally overshadow her whole entire life. Her fear of death was so intense, she was having anxiety attacks here and there. Not only that, it was so intense that it led her to alcoholism, and she was an alcoholic by the age of 14. And you think that's it? No, that's not it. Not only was she an alcoholic by the age of 14, she started doing drugs. Lana said herself, because of her fear of death, she was a bad kid. Like she was a badass kid. Lana was going down that path so deeply that her parents had to send her to Kent School to get sober at the age of literally 14. Before she went to Kent School, she went to Lake Placid High School, and then she had to go to Kent School to sober up. I personally never really thought of death as like something that I should be scared of. I don't think I've ever sat there and think I'm gonna die one day and I'm scared. I don't never think that. I wonder what phobia is that. My fear is to be paranoid, like wake up and not being able to move a muscle. That's my fear. Comment down below, what is your phobia? I want to know. Fast forward a couple years later, Lana went to university. The university she went to is the State University of New York to study philosophy. Reason why she said she studied philosophy is because she wanted to, kind of close, like find a gap between science and God. That's why she studied, like it filled the gap for her. So she went for that, but she later on dropped out, because music was her passion. Oh, and one thing that I want to add is Lana Del Rey was raised a Catholic. And let me tell you this right now, my girl has been sober since 2003. Congratulations, she ate that. Around that time of her getting sobered up, she moved to her uncle's house in Long Island, and around that time her uncle taught her how to play the guitar. This is where my girl started literally writing music, because she was like, I can literally write multiple music with this 4 notes. Okay. Not only was my girl writing music, she wasn't dropping them yet, she was just writing them, and she was just like practicing for her to be Lana now, you know what I mean? Around that time, she started working as a server. I can't really find exactly where she was working as a server, because no matter where I look, it still doesn't say no location, but I just know that my girl was a server in Long Island, New York. Long before she was a star, she was always a star, but long before she was known to be a star, she was already working on music. She was working on musics. She was working on poetry. Like, my girl has been writing musics, poetries, and melodies for years. Her early focus was around emotion, storytelling, and atmosphere, like very Lana Del Rey-ish, you know? In spring 2005, Lana Del Rey registered a 7-track EP with the US Copyright Office. The project title was called Rock Me Stable. Not only that, there was another project connected to that registration called Young Like Me. That goes to show that my girl had a full body of original songs before she was even famous. Reason why I'm focusing on this so bad is because at her peak, when she dropped, which we're gonna talk about later on, when she dropped Video Game, her peak, her peak of all time, everybody was trying to say that my girl was never a thing. Like, they just throw her into the industry. No, she was here. Y'all just never knew her until she dropped Video Game as Lana Del Rey. Then y'all knew her. But everybody was trying to say, we're gonna talk about that later on, but I just wanted to make that very clear. My girl was already making original songs way when she was in college. And I'm saying this right now because at that time, she wasn't Lana Del Rey yet. Around 2005 and 2006, my girl's stage name was May Jeller. Jeller. I'm gonna put it on the screen. Under that identity, she explored a softer, a more unscripted, stripped down a version of herself. She recorded an EP called From the End. She also recorded the album Sirens. In that album, From the End, she was giving raw version of herself, intimate songwritings. She was really just Lana for real. She just didn't know it yet. I was so happy. I'll be so happy talking about Lana Del Rey because that's my girl for real. At that time, she was Lana. She just didn't know it yet. She just wasn't really sure who she was. Because you're gonna see, because she changed stage name multiple times, because she wasn't really finding a name that was matching her personality until she found Lana Del Rey. But let's move to the next name that she went by. Around 2006 to 2007, my girl started grinding. She was performing in all of the small bars. She was going to lounges. She was going to clubs. She was going to venues. She was performing for small crowds. She just starting. Like, and my girl she just started. She can't really do all that yet. Nobody know the queen yet. And around that time, because she was performing so much in those small little venues, clubs, and stuff like that, she really started building confidence. She started building, stage presence. Around 2007 to 2008, my girl went through an identity crisis. She was looking for her identity. Like I said earlier, she didn't know she was Lana Del Rey yet. No. Before she knew she was Lana Del Rey, she went by Lizzie Grant, Sparkle Jump Rope Queen. She was like testing what felt stronger and what could stand publicly, like what could show who she is, like what name is hers. You see what I'm trying to say? Like Lana Del Rey. But at that time, she didn't know she was Lana Del Rey. She was looking for the name. And because of her, because she's Lana, she started attracting professionals. She was signed by Indie 5 Points record. In January 2010, Lana Del Rey released her album called Lana Del Rey, aka Lizzie Grant, and this is how she spelled Lana Del Rey. She wasn't spelling it the way it's spelled now. The album had pop, alternative, and old school sounds. It also showed a sound that she would later be known for. The song on that album was touching glamour, sadness, nostalgia, very much Lana Del Rey, I would say very, very big emotion. One thing about Lana Del Rey's songs that I love is the fact that whenever you're listening to her songs, you feel it. You feel her soul. You feel her everything. Like, you just feel her songs. You feel her through her songs. You feel her pain through her songs, her love through her songs. You feel everything about her through her songs. One song of her that I love, it's called $1 Million Man. This song right here, when she sing it live, you can feel the pain. You know, the pain that she put through that song, you feel it. After she released that album online, she soon removed it. Because it disappeared so fast, fans started talking about it. It became rare, and fans started talking about it for years. Around 2010 to 2011, Lana reinvented herself and started spelling Lana Del Rey like this, the way we have it today. She sharpened her image, her storytelling. She leaned into a very old Hollywood glimmer. Like, she leaned more into tragic romance, luxury, mystery, Lana. Now her visual, her music, and identity now felt connected. Now she knew who she was. She wasn't going through the identity crisis that she was going through. She knew who she was now. Around 2011, my girl dropped Video Game. Oh my God. Y'all, this is when everything happened. She got millions of views. She started getting views and views and views. Her career was at its peak. The song sounded slow, cinematic, emotional, and dramatic. It stood out. It was sold out. It was on top of the chart. When Lana became famous, she faced many controversies. Some about her identity, some about race, some about culture, and some were even about her music. People was questioning, does she really know how to sing that good? Many people thought she was fake. Before fame, she made music as Lizzie Grant. Then she returned with a new name, new look, new style. Because the change was so dramatic, critics felt she was created by marketing instead of growing naturally as an artist. But nobody really knew that she was trying to invent herself and find her identity, and then she found Lana Del Rey. Everybody thought she was just thrown into the industry and she was given a heads up because her family had money. Whole time, she never grew up with money.
I want to make this video really short and sweet just because the conversation keeps coming up about coming from money and my family having money and this whole thing. And I just want to say, like, coming from the most rural spot and arguably in one of the most rural spots in America that was not a wealthy town, and having gone to a boarding school where I didn't even know I was going or didn't have any concept of, and got financial aid for because my uncle worked in the administrative building, and also being completely alienated from all the kids who already knew each other from New York City. I had such a tough time there because everyone knew how much money everyone had. So unfortunately, my experience every day was having people call me WT from LP, white trash from Lake Placid. So I'm just saying, this constant narrative when my parents were arguing about money every single day, and my dad working as a woodworker and in real estate, and my mom working in special education. Like, although he bought domain names later on, it doesn't mean that they were worth anything until more recently. So he was eccentric and amazing and ahead of his time in terms of what he was doing, but it doesn't mean that there was any money for us or to be made at the time. So I didn't even have any experience having anything until I was 26 and made my own money. I was living in a hostel on 17th Street when I played Saturday Night Live. And how I played Saturday Night Live is because I had gotten a publishing deal in Germany, Austria, Switzerland, the gas territories. So it's just very challenging because I think had we had money, I would have had a completely different experience and not fought so hard to be a singer, probably to my detriment, because I didn't want me or my family to struggle financially. Like, the music that comes from me comes from a place at that time of concern that we would not have money. That's the experience that I know. I didn't know anyone who had money until I went to a private school where I couldn't even make any friends except my roommate Christina and a couple girls, Annie and Jen, who accepted me and were cool. But, you know, you can't even find anyone from those schools who knew me because they wouldn't talk to me. So to say that, you know, this is the narrative, it's just important that, you know, it's not. Like, it's not like it was fun living in the trailer park necessarily. I signed my life away, 10 records for $10,000 to 5 Points Records that Ben got me out of. And I made that stretch for a year and 1 month by getting to stay at the Manhattan RV mobile home in North Bergen. It's not a shtick. It's not like it was some glamorous getaway. Like, I really didn't know what to do and depended on the boyfriends that I had to let me stay with them all that while up until 26. You can ask Stephen Mertens. You can ask Josh Kemp. Like, I didn't have a chance hardly. All of the cards were stacked against me other than my voice. And my parents didn't even know I was singing until I was on Saturday Night Live. So why this is important is just because it's not my truth. I would have no idea what it felt like to grow up with anything other than hearing fighting about money. And even on our monthly, spring break vacation every year, we drove to Daytona, not flew, because it was too expensive. So I had a challenging experience all the way through. And to make it even more challenging, now I don't even get to have my authentic story told so that the music can be listened to and interpreted in a clear manner. So that's my spiel. It's been going on for 13 years now. It's so sad that I can't own coming from this beautiful rural mountain town where the character of people was completely different from anywhere I went afterwards. It's actually disrespectful to me and to my town where we worked so hard and where I myself worked 4 jobs at a time just to even be like, if you want to know, why don't you go to my local town? Why don't you ask them? They knew I got sent away. They knew it was on financial aid. There's no fact that checks out that it wasn't. So it just sucks to have to explain myself over and over again. Because if that was the story I knew, I would love to tell it. I wish it was. Honestly, things would have been so much better.
People just assumed because out of nowhere she became big. But the whole time behind the scene, she was putting in years of work. This is when I was telling you that people really thought that her father had a lot of money and her family was very wealthy. Remember we was talking about that in the beginning of the video? Whole time it was just something that the social media created because of how my girl was coming up. Her music was very different from what was popular at that time. While many pop stars were making upbeat party songs, Lana made slow, sad, cinematic music about heartbreak and obsession. Some people loved it, but others did not understand it. And because they couldn't understand her lyrics, her song, her vibe, they started criticizing her about her lyrics.
He hit me and it felt like a kiss. That's messed up. There's only a certain percentage of people that would understand what that's about. Most people would be like, how dare you promote domestic violence? But to me, I'm like, I know what you mean. I know exactly.
Her lyrics caused backlash. She sang about toxic love, older men, power imbalance, and emotional pain. Critics said that she was making unhealthy relationship look glamorous. I don't agree at all about what they're saying because when you really think about it, that is her life. She's putting her life through her music, and she even talked about it in an interview where she says she make music for herself.
My music is very real.
That's
It's real.
the definition that you would do to this.
Yeah. Only because the lyrics are autobiographical and I helped compose the actual record. So it's very much, it's personal.
That's what makes her different because all her music is about her. It's her life that she's putting into words and that she's putting into music for y'all to hear. So I feel like they wasn't giving her justice when it comes to her music because they couldn't understand her music at that time. Her image created debate. She used old Hollywood beauty, American flags, vintage glamour, and sadness in her visuals. Some people loved the art, but others thought it was forced and unrealistic. In 2020, she made a post naming several female artists. Many of them were women of color. while defending herself. People felt it was wrong to compare herself that way, and some accused her of being insensitive or racist.
Around May 2020, here is the post that Lana posted on her Instagram feed. To sum it up, she basically saying other female artists could sing about sex and messy relationship without backlash, but she got attacked for singing about sadness and toxic love. She felt misunderstood and unfairly criticized, and believed her music helped make space for women to be more honest and vulnerable. In response to her Instagram speed, Jamila made a tweet saying, "I don't know who was giving Lana Del Rey a hard time, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't black women. Girl, sing your little cocaine carols and leave us alone." Nicki Minaj even made a post saying, "Remember that time Lana dissed all of the girlies, but we had no idea why, but none of us said anything back? LMAO, not we let Lana walk in the lunchroom and run everybody pocket with no weapon and no gang and said not one thing about it. LMAFO, hey yo, I fucking love this shit." After the backlash, Lana denied that her post was about race and said that people misunderstood her. She explained she was talking about women with softer, more delicate personality who she felt are often dismissed, not specifically white women.
And that was around the time when Lana Del Rey was getting a bunch of backlash about her identity.
And I knew that I wanted a name that sounded sort of exotic and reminded me of like the seaside on the Floridian coast, and Lana Del Rey sounded beautiful to me, and I just wanted a name for the music that I could start shaping the music towards.
Many of Lana's songs focus on money, men, control, and power. Most of her songs talk about how a woman is so desperate to the point that she would accept anything from a man just to be loved. Then she opened up about being abused in an abusive relationship, which I can relate. Some people even say that she was glamorizing abusive relationship and that she was making abuse and control sound sexy and glamorous. One of her best known early relationship was with Barry James O'Neill, a musician. Many fans remember him from her early career years. She also dated Francisco Carosini, I don't know if I'm saying it right, a photographer and director. They were seen together often. Later, she dated Sean Larkin. That relationship surprises some fans because he was not from the music world. Fast forward to 2024, Lana Del Rey is reported to be married to Jeremiah. I don't know how to say the last name, but I'm gonna put the whole name on the screen. They married in September 2024 and still reported to be together as of 2026. But after all of their dating life was pretty much kept private. In 2018, one of the darkest moments of Lana Del Rey's life, public life, unfolded before a concert in Orlando, Florida. What was supposed to be a normal show turned into a serious safety threat. A man named Michael Hunt had reportedly become obsessed with Lana Del Rey. Police said he made disturbing online threats and talked about wanting to kidnap her. Authorities were warned before the concert started. They found him near the venue where she was performing that night. When police stopped him, reports said he had a knife. At that point, the situation became serious, very serious. Police believe he could have been more dangerous if he wasn't stopped on time. He was arrested before he could get any close to Lana Del Rey, or even before he could even get any closer to the concert.
Okay. Mr. Hunt, you've been taken into custody on charges of attempted kidnapping with a weapon and aggravated stalking with a credible threat. I don't have an affidavit from you. Are you asking for a lawyer to be appointed to represent you?
I don't need one.
Okay, the state has filed a motion for pretrial detention, asking that you be detained without bond until further hearing in this case.
Because officers acted quickly, nothing worse happened.
A bunch of time later, somebody tweeted, "I just know Lana voted for Trump," but later on she denied being a Trump supporter. Not only that, she literally admitted that she tried to put a curse on Trump.
In the end, Lana Del Rey went through hate. controversy, and even scary situations, but she never disappeared. People doubted her, judged her, talked about her for years. Today, Lana is still successful, still respected, still one of the most talked about artists in the music industry. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, no matter what was said about her, she lasted. Okay, everybody, that's pretty much it with the whole deep dive. Tell me what is your thought. Tell me if you know something that I'm missing out. If you have something in mind right now that I'm missing out, let me know down below. Put it down below. If you know something about my girl, put it down below. I'm going to read all the comments. I am trying to do more deep dives. So if you have an artist that you want to know more about, a movie star that you want to know more about, an influencer, if there's information about them out there that you want to know more about, I'm your girl. Just put it down below and I'm gonna read it and I'm gonna look and I'm gonna do the research. And if you've been watching me for a while, you might know that your girl haven't posted in a very long time. It's because I've been going through a lot. If you want an update about what's been going on in my life, I'm going to link my vlogging channel down below so you can check that out and you can go through my vlogging page and you can see what's been going on, because girl, I'm telling you right now, I've been through it. But I'm back and ready to post more consistently. Hopefully I stay consistent. That's my goal. I'm gonna see if I can do at least one reaction and then one deep dive in a week. I'm gonna see if I can do that. Those deep dives really do take my whole entire day, my whole entire week, if I'm being quite frankly. If you would like to hang out with me more, I have way more videos on my channel. You can go ahead and scroll around. You're invited. It's free. Feel free. Anyway, y'all, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe. I'll see you on my next video. Bye bye. Mwah.